Hola, bienvenidos a Lightspeed Spanish. Today I'm going to share with you 2 rules that if you understand them and you take them into your heart, many of the problems with the Spanish past will just disappear. How about that for a promise? Pues hablamos de todo en la segunda parte. When I talk about the Spanish past, I'm talking about the imperfect, which is the había, wasing, wereing, used to tense, and the preterite, which is the I came, I saw, I conquered. It's a list of actions. So when we're talking in the past, we're often asking ourselves, but am I going to say hablaba or I'm going to say hablé? I don't know. How do I choose? How do I know? Well, the first thing I'm going to tell you before I give you these 2 rules is that it's not life-threatening. It's not as important as you might imagine. Okay? If you don't use them properly, you can cause a bit of confusion. But when you say hablé and when you say hablaba, the person knows that in the past you were speaking or you spoke. All right? So it isn't life-threatening to get them wrong. But however, it's very important to understand these 2 rules. Here they come. Rule number 1. If you measure it, preterite. There you are. It rhymes so you can remember it. If you measure it, preterite. What do we mean by that? What we mean is this. The preterite, past, is a very fixed amount of time. When you say, I spoke for an hour, you do not have any choice. You cannot say, hablaba una hora. You can't. In fact, it's so bad to say that if you say that, the police will come, grammar police, and they'll take you away and put you into grammar prison. You just can't do it. Why? Because if you measure it, you've got a preterite. And so you've got to say, hablé una hora. And it doesn't matter what measurement you put on that action. If you measure it, you've got a preterite. Estuve allí 2 días. 2 days, you've measured the period of time. It's estuve. You can't say estaba allí 2 días. You're not allowed to. You just can't. Estuve, because you've measured it. Watch out for the hidden measurements. What's a hidden measurement? Well, a hidden measurement is all day. Estuve allí el día entero. El día entero. All day is a measurement, but it gets worse. Another hidden measurement is a long while. Estuve allí mucho tiempo. Mucho tiempo. Poco tiempo. A little while. Quite a bit of time. Bastante tiempo. Tiny bit of time. Un momento. It doesn't matter. If you are putting it inside a time frame, you must preterite. Now there's a big back explanation to that, which I'm not going to give you in this video. I just want you to remember. If you measure it, preterite. If you're going to put any measurement on your past action, use a preterite. Rule number 2. You cannot do 2 preterite actions at the same time. Now, before I explain a bit more, I want to tell you that in this I'm lying, right? Because we're talking about language here. I'm lying because there is one verb with which you can do that. But I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to confuse you. All of the other 30,000 verbs, you can't. So we're going to say you can't for this video. You can't do 2 things at the same time with a preterite. Why? Because the preterite is a list of actions. In the moment that you say, comí el pan, the pan is eaten. In the moment that you say, hablé con él, it's finished. You're not speaking to him anymore. It's done. Okay? In your story. And so understand that when you use the preterite, it's I came, I saw, I conquered. Vine, I came. Now I'm there. Vi, I saw. Now you've seen it. Conquisté, I conquered. Now you're conquered. It's always like that with the preterite. That's why we use it when we're listing things out. Me levanté, me duché, me vestí, all in order. But what you can't do with the preterite is put 2 things together. That's the limitation with the preterite. And that's why the imperfect exists. Because the imperfect is what we can use to describe what was going on when something happened. Mientras comía, bebí algo. So whilst I was eating, I drank something. That's the job of the imperfect because of the limitation of the preterite. That as soon as you say it, it's over. As soon as you say it, it's over, it's done. And so you can't put something else in there. And so for that reason, we have sentences like this. Mientras hablaba con él, yo escuché un ruido. So whilst I was talking with him, I heard a noise. Right? The background is whilst. If you say, hablé con él y escuché un ruido, hablé con él, now you've spoken to him, it's done. You've had the conversation, then you hear. So that's the limitation with the preterite. It puts it into chronological order. Whereas the imperfect, you can do loads of things at the same time with the imperfect. It's a description. Hablaba con él, escuchaba ruidos, pensaba en mi madre. You could do as many as you like, but not with the preterite. En resumen, the two rules. If you measure it, preterite. And remember that with the preterite, you cannot do two actions at the same time. Only in chronological order. Espero que os haya ayudado esta lección pequeña, súper importante. Cuando yo aprendí estas lecciones, estas reglas, me cambió totalmente el español. Para bien. Hasta luego.